Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a really exciting video for you all. I know a few of you have been asking me for some meal videos and things like that, but today there's so much going on in this video. I've got some meal prep, I've got some freezer meals for you. I'm also going to run through my freezer and how I am currently organizing it at the moment. And I say currently because sometimes it changes. And I've got some really easy meal ideas and a few easy techniques that help me, organize my meals a little bit better when I'm freezing them. And also in this video, I'm going to be making my first batch of pickled onions as well. So there's so much going on. I hope you really enjoy today's video. And let's get started with my freezers. Okay, so I thought I'd give you a quick glance at what I've done with my freezers over the last month, just to organize them. I've got this freezer here at the bottom of my big fridge. So basically, I'm just in the stage of trying to restack it and stock up again as well. So I want to get through the food that I've got in here. But in the meantime, I just wanted to organize it so I know where everything is. Probably things will get changed, but I'm liking the solution with baskets and things at the moment when I've got loose things in the freezer. This freezer is probably going to be more so with prepared meals in here, so we know where they are, searching through the chest freezer for things, even though I have organized that a bit better. But this one here is going to be lots of freezer meals, so that's what I want to do with it, and also keep sandwiches in here for the kids and things like that that are just easy to access. So up here, I've sort of got my pastry, obviously an ice pack up there as well. So this can be for like ice and all that sort of thing up on this shelf. It's a really good freezer, this one. Now when you open it, I found just a basket to put sandwiches in at the moment. And it was packed at the beginning of the week with slices and cakes and things like that and sandwiches. But we're getting to the end of the week now, so there's not much in there. Here I've got, these are just like my frozen ginger and lemon that I have in the morning. I put them into blocks, so I just put them in hot water and drink them. And in here is just heaps of frozen bananas that I've got that I've frozen to either make banana cake or smoothies with. So they will sort of, depending, sometimes I'll have bananas or berries or whatever. So this is sort of my fruit area, frozen fruit area right there. Frozen fruit area there. Here, kids' sandwiches, snacks, muffins, whatever. I do have some ice cream here because this freezer isn't as cold as the other one and it's easier to get the ice cream out. Down here, I've just put I've sectioned the meat into areas that we usually have, like chicken and mince. And I just want to go through this week and eat it before I buy some more. And I probably will put it into the chest freezer, and this will be an area where I put my frozen meals. So I've got all my chicken, my one bag of mince because I'm making some spaghetti tonight with the other bags. I've got sausages frozen, bacon, and there is some cooked sausages under there as well. Big thing of cooked sausages. So I feel really good because I can just open this up and go, what have I got meat-wise, and what do I need to get? In there, usually we've just got things thrown everywhere. I'm not sure, I'll probably end up, these baskets might end up getting changed a little bit because the meat's gonna probably go into the other freezer. But I just wanted to see what I've got first. But it's a great solution to sort of organize your food this way. But like I said, in the coming weeks, I am gonna be doing some frozen meals and some videos on that. So this will be packed with frozen meals, which is what I want. I'd rather have meals already cooked in the freezer than frozen meat. I really would. But, at the moment, that's really good for when I'm just using up everything that I've got in my freezer so I can see what I've got and I don't have to just go, oh, I need chicken breast this week, where I don't need chicken breast this week. We've got 3 bags of chicken breast. I've got enough food in here meat-wise to get me through with the meat for the week until the next week, really. This is my chest freezer. It is in my laundry. It's the only place we've got in the house to put it, and it's actually quite a good spot for it. So I'll show you how we've organised this. Okay, so I organised this about a month ago. Well, I have been trialling it out with these baskets. Now I've been using the basket for about a month, one of them, just to see what it was like. They're fine. So I just thought I've got like 4 of these. Why not try and stack them up on top of each other? So that's what I did, and I've got heaps of room. So obviously there's not a lot of food in there, but I'll have to sort of stand you up on the tripod to have a look. I'll have a look. This first basket here is just sort of like peas and corn and things like that. So I'm just putting them there for the meantime, just as easy to grab, you know, at night time. The top basket here is just yogurts, frozen poppers, milks and things like that. That's what's going into the basket here. That's so in the mornings or the night before I can just grab them, put them in their lunch boxes and it's done. I do all the lunches the night before. I just find it a lot easier, and I grab these and I'll put it in as well. I've got buns in here. My son has to do cooking classes, so they have to take brioche buns, but this would probably be the area where maybe bread rolls would go or something like that, because I do have my bread under this basket here, and I found the best spot for it. I usually buy 4 loaves, but three loaves will fit there, so which I'm happy with because we're eating a loaf and I've got another 3 loaves in the freezer. But I would like to have probably more bread, but that's where I'm at the moment, so I don't have really that much room to put any more than that, but that's fine. And we've got the top basket there, which I'm putting like kids' lunches and things like that in. And then I've got another basket under here we've got a lot of ice packs, and our family use a lot of ice packs for like sore knees and just for the heat and things like that. In this basket here I've got lots of ice packs. I've got frozen onions as well, and heaps of chicken nuggets and all that sort of thing in that pile. You can see that down there. Heaps of chicken nuggets and all that down there for the kids, snack-wise and all that. So there's not a lot in here at the moment, but once it gets sort of full, it will stack up on top of each other, the baskets. And they actually just sort of look like freezer baskets as well. Like they probably will rust in the long run, but they're not that expensive. I'm not sure if Kmart still sell them. I think they were like $10 each, but they're really, really handy. Everyone's freezer is so different. Mine is very small. But it might not look it on here, but it's actually a small freezer and it's narrow. And I really want to use, like I had a look on the internet at how people organise their freezers to get some ideas and things. And there's so many different ways you can do it. You know, there's containers, there's all that sort of thing, which is great if you've got a bigger freezer. But I just needed something, like I was even going to consider buying freezer baskets, because I just felt that that's what this freezer needs, because it's so small, you know. And it's got a basket here which is sort of stopping it, which I want that basket there because it just helps. And it's got a lip as well with the bread sitting on, so I can't actually just ignore the basket and make it like a bigger freezer. It's got that lip on it, so, you know. Anyway, so see how they sort of stack up on top of each other really easily, which is what I wanted. I just didn't think 3 would fit in here, but like I said, I've been trialling it for a couple of months now with 1. And then I thought, well, let's try the other 2 and see if I can stack up more on top. So things will probably get organised differently when I start putting the meats in here and getting bulk amount of meats. But at the moment, I'm just doing it this way just to see how it was supposed to be set out. And down the bottom here is probably the things we use least of, like more stock up sort of items, I guess. Like I've got the big thing of Zooper Doopers for the kids, which we don't really often eat them. That's occasionally they'll have that. And I've got things like, I'll try and zoom you in a bit. Okay. So I've also got like some fish, some hoki in there, which can be put into a container, I guess, but I've just kept it in the bag. Because the thing with these baskets is things do slip out of the side. So if they're going to be put in the container, they have to put into another bag, or they have to put into a container in the basket. Things will slip out if they're smaller. Yeah, so I've just got another standby of nuggets in there. And I've also just got some frozen bananas as well. So the bottom one is probably just going to be more of a stockpile area where I'll just get maybe pizzas, nuggets, things like that can stay down the bottom for another time. That's my another time basket, I'm going to call that one. And the others are just going to slot back on top of each other. Obviously, the more food you put in it, the more these will stack up better. But I'm really happy with the solution of the baskets. And I just don't have a lot in here at the moment because I am just trying to see what I've got and to downsize, you know, and just see where everything's going to go eventually. But obviously with the price of everything at the moment, it's very hard to stock up your freezer and get it all sorted. But so I have tried so many different ways of storage solutions for this freezer, but it's just so narrow. And this is my only solution that's going to work for me, because I can sort of see what's see in the baskets, what's in there. They got handles, so they're easy to pick up. I can stack a lot in them, and it is organised. Nothing's worse than, you know, everything all over the place in these chest freezers. And I do really regret buying a chest freezer over a stand-up, like a upright freezer. I really regret it. I'm taking those ice blocks out. But what happened was, I was going to buy, it's right down the bottom. I was going to get a upright freezer originally. Yeah, we've just got no room in this house to put an upright freezer. And we thought about it. We tried to look for a place to put it, and it just wasn't going to work. So I had to get this one. Had to get the chest freezer, which is fine. You know, it's still a great freezer. And now that I've sorted it out, I'm happy with it. I've just left an ice pack here, because you never know when you need an ice pack just to grab. But this will probably be more so just frozen veggies and things that I can sort of grab, and maybe meats for the week. I probably will put in this basket here, like what I'm going to have for the week, and put it into maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I section that off so I don't have to dig down below. Maybe that's what I will do. I think that's a really good solution, is to put my weekly meat meals here. And this one, like I said below, is going to be full of freezer meals. You know, like I'm going to cook up a batch of freezer meals. I'll do some videos on it, and hopefully it'll help you guys as well. Yeah, I found this basket. These are like those, it's a stainless steel basket. And I've had them from Kmart for so long, and I used to put like my veggies and fruit in them, things like that. They're like a little one with handles. I've got 2 of them, but they actually work really good. And, you know, I was going to buy new containers, new storage solutions for the freezer, but I just went through everything in the house, had a look at what I didn't need anymore, and just gathered it all, put it on the table, and thought, what can I use? But other than that, that's my little bit of a freezer tour to show you where I'm at with my freezers at the moment. Okay, after my freezer has now been stacked after the last grocery haul, I'll just show you what I've got. So down below here, I'm putting the frozen vegetables and some more fish and things like that. But here's all the frozen vegetables I got in the last grocery haul. And these are like duplicates, basically, of what I've already got up here, except for the broad beans. So I've got like duplicates of spinach and onions and things like that in there. And peas, because up in this area here, I have all the vegetables on this rack here as you open the freezer. So a little bit like a bit of a filing system here, because I do usually put them into smaller clip seal bags and do it that way. And just so I don't have to search for vegetables down the bottom of the freezer. But that's where my like stock take of veggies is. Same thing with the fruit, because I've already got bananas in the other fridge as well. Okay, I've also got my bread here, because I'm leaving a loaf out and I'm making a loaf with sandwiches. So that's the bread there. I usually only fit 3 loaves across the side there, because it's got that lip on it, the freezer. So that's there, and I usually keep one out or whatever. Now I'm stacking the next basket up on the basket I just spoke about below with the vegetables. So this is the second basket. I've put the ice cream that I just got in the haul. I've got the Atlantic salmon in here, and then there's also the chips in there, chicken nuggets. I also have smaller clip seal bags with the nuggets and the tenders in it as well. Sorry, I just turned the washing machine off there so you can hear me. Yeah, I've got smaller clip seal bags of the nuggets, tenders, all that sort of thing in there. I'm trying to, yeah, just in there. So they're in another clip seal bag. So I can see I've got a good stock of air fryer meals there. I've also got the ice cream there, which I probably will put on the top of it, I think, on the next shelf, or even in the other freezer. This freezer here is really cold, like really icy cold with ice cream. You know how like you can never scoop it out, whereas my other fridge is a lot better. So I might take that one out and put it in the other fridge. Okay, and on the top basket here, I've got just the kids' things like poppers, rolls, sometimes sandwiches. Sandwiches are usually in the other freezer, but there's yogurts. I do need to put milk poppers in there, because they really do just have a lot more milk poppers than anything else. I've got the 60 vegetable cocktail spring rolls just on top here as well, because these baskets fit a lot in them, and obviously the ice packs as well. So basically that is what my freezer now looks like since I've done my last grocery haul. So the first recipe I'm going to start with today is an easy kale soup recipe. I will link the recipe below because I absolutely love this recipe. I found it so easy to make and I froze it as well. So I will go through the steps and show you how I do that. But basically what I'm doing here is I've washed the kale, given it a really good wash, and I'm just going to take off all the stems. So it's just really easy to just sort of break it off like that. Like, see how I'm sort of doing it, dragging it up off the stem like that. I think I saw that on a Jamie Oliver show once. I think that's where I got that idea from, but it works really well and you don't want those stems anyway. Or you could finely chop them if you wanted to, but I don't really want them in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and take all the leaves off the stems. And then once I do that, I'm going to finely chop the kale, which can be hard because kale is quite a tough leaf to chop up, but I am also going to be blending it as well. So I am going to chop it up finely to start with. And this recipe calls for 200 grams of kale, but I'm just going to use the whole bunch. I'm just assuming that's about right. So I just want to use the whole bunch because I find I don't use it if it sits in the fridge. So I'm just going to make a soup out of the whole lot.
Thought you really loved me, guess I was wrong. Thought you'd never leave me, guess I was dumb. Waited like forever to be your plus one, but I guess you were done. Left me at the party, out of the blue, saying that you're sorry, won't heal my wound. Now I'm broken hearted, all 'cause of you, and it's sad, but it's true. If you could rewind, do it again, I wonder, would you hurt me just like you did? Or would you fast forward to the end? I wonder, so you wouldn't have to face what you did. You're a stupid boy, treating hearts like toys, but I'm just as stupid as you. Full believing lies for my clueless mind, but I didn't know what you do. How could I known it? I'm not a psychic, the only psycho here is you. 'Cause you're a stupid boy, treating hearts like toys, but I'm just as stupid as you. When we started dating, I was surprised. Felt so elevating, too easy at times. Then all of a sudden, reality strikes. It was all just a lie. Don't you have a conscience? Don't you feel bad? Acting like a monster, don't it feel sad? All I want is closure, but I'll have to manage without. How about that? If you could rewind, do it again, I wonder, would you hurt me just like you did? Or would you fast forward to the end? I wonder, so you wouldn't have to face what you did. You're a stupid boy, treating hearts like toys, but I'm just as stupid as you. Full believing lies for my clueless mind, but I didn't know what you do. How could I known it? I'm not a psychic, the only psycho here is you. 'Cause you're a stupid boy, treating hearts like toys, but I'm just as stupid as you.
So I've sauteed the potato, onion and garlic with some olive oil, and this pressure cooker has got that function on it. So I'm just sort of like lightly frying it up, and it is going to be pressure cookered. This recipe doesn't call for a pressure cooker or anything, but I just like to put in the pressure cooker because it just will bring out more flavour. And then I'm just going to add my kale, which is more than 200 grams or less. I'm not quite sure. I didn't bother weighing it. It's just a bunch, like I said. And I'm just mixing the potatoes and onion up into the kale now. And then what I'm going to add is a litre of vegetable stock. You could use any stock you wanted. If I would have had broth, I would have used that for sure, but I'm just using what I've got, and that's the vegetable stock today. I will place that into the pressure cooker, and then after that I'll add the secret ingredients, is what I call it, which is 200 grams of frozen peas, which I think made the whole soup just taste so yummy. So let's go ahead and do that, and then I will finally put the pressure cooker on for around about 30 minutes.
Just as stupid as you. Na 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 na. Just as stupid as you. You're a stupid boy, treating hearts like toys, but I'm just as stupid as you. For believing lies from a clueless mind, but I didn't know what you do. I could have known it, I'm not a psychic, the only psycho here is you. 'Cause you're a stupid boy, treating hearts like toys, but I'm just as stupid as you. You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my tune. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. You better join in. You better.
So the next thing I love to do for the freezer is make up batches of rice and put them into small little clip seal bags, like you can get those little snack ones. That's the perfect size I find for a meal. So I'm pretty sure I made 3 cups. I could have made 5 cups. I just used my little rice cooker from Kmart, and I've cooked it up and it just cooks perfectly. It cooks the brown rice perfectly, which is really good because let's face it, when you cook brown rice, it's like you have to throw a rock in it to cook. It just takes hours and hours on the stovetop, I find. Well, not hours, but it does take a long time. So the rice cooker just cooks it so quick and it's absolutely perfect. And this way, at lunchtime, I can pull out a small bag for myself, or I can pull out a few bags of rice for the family for dinner, and it's already done. The carbohydrates is already done for the meal. It makes life easier, and you can also do the white rice. I've even got a little steamer that I can put little frozen vegetables or fresh vegetables on, and it'll cook at the same time as well.
That tambourine, bring a bass, we might be wicked. We may be forced to cause a scene, make some trouble, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my tune. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level. Turn it up, we got this. Turn it up on a higher level.
So I just thought I'd cut in now and just put a few clips of the items that I bought from the last Temu haul and showed you how they're going. These are my mop slippers and I absolutely love them. They fit perfectly. I'm pretty sure I've got them on the right way. As ridiculous as they look, they really do work, and I really like using them and wearing them while I'm mopping the floor. Oh my goodness, these are so tiny and cute. So we got these from Temu. My husband got them just for the kids, or if we want to, just go out for a barbecue down the park or something. and you've just got these tiny little bottles. I didn't have any mayonnaise, we're out of it, I'm getting more this week. So I've got a little tomato, a barbecue, a sriracha, and a mayonnaise. So cute. And this is just going to be put on the table for when the kids have sausage rolls or nuggets or something like that. I'd say I'm going to be refilling them a fair bit, but they're not going to be like digging into the other bottles and things like that. To be honest, you have to have the squirty bottles to fill them up, because you just can't put a spoon in there and fill them up. It's too hard, unless you had like a funnel. So this is basically just for the kids. And yeah, put them in a little section. Maybe I just put them on a little tray in the fridge where I just keep on bringing out the whole tray all the time at once, so they can just use it when they want. But yeah, a little bit of a gimmicky thing there, but it's pretty cute. Okay, so I've stuck it down to my son's floor in his bedroom, and it's quite a good size. As you can see, that is the length of the bed there. And yeah, so it's a really good size. I really like it, and my youngest son really wants one now too. But I love these. I think they're so cute. And I stuck it down with tape, so it's actually a firmly put down. The tape was really good, so hopefully the tape lasts a while. But yeah, I got a big roll of it anyway, so in case I bring out all the other rugs for winter, I can stick them down onto the floors. So really happy with this purchase from Temu. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be prepping some meat patties. So I've got some molds my brother bought me. I'm not sure where he got them from. They could have been from Amazon, but I've got two separate sort of ones which I will run through and show you in a minute. But these are really, really handy for when you want to pre-prep meat patties for like barbecues or something like that. So I've got some mince in there that I really want to use up that I bought the other day. And I'm just going to make it really, really simple. We're not cooking them or anything like that. We're just going to do them from scratch and make them basically raw, put them in the freezer, and then when I'm ready to cook them, I can just take them out and fry them up on the barbecue or on the stove or wherever. So this is just an easy thing to do beforehand. And you can do it with chicken mince, which I do have chicken mince in the fridge as well. I could make chicken burgers, but I've got two separate sort of molds. One's got 3 in it and one I think's got 6 in it. So I really would like to make 4 molds, like one each for the family, like one patty each for the family, but that's probably not going to happen. So I'm just going to leave the chicken mince today and just do the mince. And yeah, I'll show you how it goes, but really, really simple. I'll show you what the molds look like. Okay, I've got 2 separate molds here. This was the first one my brother got. It's called Juicy Goods. It's got 3 molds in that one, and then he bought me this big one here because I really liked this one, and he went and bought me a big one which has got, oh wait on, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, oh it's got 8. It's got 8 in that one, so hopefully I've got enough mince to get through the 8 of them because I don't want to add breadcrumbs or anything like that. So this is the molds here. This one here has got 3 in there, which if it had 4 would be good, but it's only got 3. That's obviously from a different company. So that's the first one he got me for Christmas, and I absolutely loved it. And then he was like, that's okay, I'll send you another one. Within like 2 days, I already had this one sent to me, so it's really good. So this is the big one there, and this is great for a family, this one, because it makes 8 of them. Really good, so then we can have like 2 each. So I'm gonna go and try and make these. Hopefully I've got enough mince to get through it. And yeah, pop them in the freezer, and I'll show you tomorrow once they're frozen what they look like, and then I'll pop them into freezer bags. This is basically what like prepping is all about, trying to make it as simple as possible for you. So, you know, you can sort of just grab something out of the freezer and make your life easier by just popping it and on the pan and cooking it instead of having to, you know, make up hamburgers with onions and all that sort of thing. It can be still a lot of work. Even if you're making simple ones like I'm doing, there can still be a real lot of work. So I can't say this is going to be like for weeks and weeks, but it's a meal that I'm going to be able to get out of, and hopefully I can get 2 meals out of it if I put like heaps of salad with the burgers and things like that. So let's try and just deal with making these today. So I'll make these ones up today, and hopefully I can get like 2 separate meals out of the hamburgers, because they're really thick And the last time I made them, we took them away on a trip and they were really filling because I'm not putting anything in there except for onions and things like that. So there's not going to be filled up with like breadcrumbs and all that. So it's pretty much mostly protein. So like I said, these are going to be super, super easy and simple. I've got this lean mince from Woolworths, the $15.50 one for a kilo. Hopefully I've got enough there to get through the whole 8 of them. And I'm just going to use frozen onions today because it's going into the freezer anyway. No, it's lazy, but I've got some open in here. I'm going to use onions. And I've also got some chili, black garlic herb there, like seasoning, which has got like chili, garlic, onions, I think, in it. Dried coriander, chili, black garlic flakes, all that sort of thing. That's really handy. I got this one from Aldi ages ago and it's really, really good. I would usually put some Vegemite in there and some Worcestershire and all that sort of thing, but today's just all about simplicity, getting the job done, and having something in the freezer for another meal for the family. So that's what it's all about. Okay, so simplicity here. So these are really, really handy for when you just want to get the job done as well.
Turn it up, we got this. We got this. We got this.
I'll pop my hair up now because it's just getting everywhere. So I've made these up. You just would have seen me make them up. Got a lot of mince in there. So I did use up the whole kilo of mince. Unfortunately, I was hoping to get a little bit less than that, but yeah, used up all of it. And basically that's it. That's as easy as it is. So I'm going to pop them in the freezer now. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'll show you what they look like and we'll put them into bags. So I hope you enjoyed this part of the video and it gave you some ideas. Not sure where you're going to be able to get these from. I'm sure like Temu and things like that sell them now, but you never know. But I'm sure if you type it in, you'll find it online. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. This is the next day now, and I'm going to reveal how my meat patties went. So I'm going to take them out of the freezer and get them out. Hopefully they'll come out quite easily because they are just like a silicone mold. And because they're already being pre-frozen, they shouldn't stick in the bag when I stick them in a bag, like, to freeze. So, you know, like that's the best way to do it, is to pre-freeze things individually, so then you can put them in a bag and they shouldn't stick together. They shouldn't. So let's have a look at what these meat patties look like. By looking at these, I can look at them and just say that I've got 2 family meals in there for the fortnight, you know, and you could use a cheaper mince. I did use a mince that was $15.50. You can get a cheaper mince than that, and it might be better for hamburgers as well. I used an more expensive mince because that's all I had at the time. And yeah, if you can get out of it a lot cheaper, because I only got 8, but they're big ones and there's no breadcrumbs in them, there's no fillers. There's just onion and that, but they're full of protein, so you won't need 2 of these in one meal. Okay, so let's have a look at what they look like. Here's the big reveal. So basically I just take them out. I've only done this a few times, so I'm not really used to using the molds as good as what I should be. But they are very handy, and they're quite tough too, because I'm really...
I never got it, why'd you have to go? I guess this world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no
Okay, I'm just going to put them into clip seal bags, probably as just like 4 per bag. So then I've got like 1 meal there for the family. I probably should have written on these beforehand, but we'll eat them pretty quickly. So that is basically what they look like, and they're super thick, as you can see. You know what I mean? You don't really need 2 of them. And in this economy, I'm trying to just spin out the meals as much as I can and trying to, you know, get more food out of what we've got. So this is definitely going to be a 2 meal. Got a few flies hanging around at the moment. As soon as you bring meat out. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. Except I have used this, this is probably the 3rd time I've used this. So yeah, I really like them. Okay, so that's basically what I've got there. I've got 2 lots of burger patties here, and we're gonna have gravy, mashed potatoes and peas with 1 lot 1 week. The next week is gonna be a hamburgers for the family of 4. And that will go to our collection of freezer meals. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of prep. So I just need to cut up some vegetables and cook them, store them in the fridge or the freezer. That's what I really want to do because I've got lots and lots of vegetables from the last grocery haul. I also want to make some pickled onions today as well. So I've got some red onions here that I want to pickle. You don't use a lot either, like the recipe calls for like 1 or 2 red onions. So the rest of the onions here I'm going to chop up and I'm going to freeze. I do buy frozen onions, which are really, really good to have, but I've got stacks here, and this bag here I got the other day just doesn't seem like it's great quality. So I really want to chop them up, put them into a clip seal bag and freeze them. So first thing, I'm going to start with the pickled onions. I have got a recipe that I found, a pretty simple recipe. When I look for recipes, they always have to be simple or something like that. So I have found a simple recipe. I don't really have all the ingredients, but that's okay as well because it's just the base of it. The base of it should work. So let's go ahead now and make these pickled onions, and then we'll get into doing some veggie prep. Just using like a Vegemite jar here that's been sterilized. So we're going to be using that today for our pickled onions. So let's go ahead and pickle these onions and see how they turn out. Okay, so the recipe is 1 cup of white vinegar, 1 teaspoon of caster sugar and 1 teaspoon of salt. You can also add mustard seeds and coriander seeds and chili flakes, but I'm not going to do that today because I don't have any of that. But I'm going to use apple cider vinegar. So hopefully this will work well, but I just like this in our diet, and I don't really have any white wine vinegar, so we're going to use that today. And yeah, so I'm going to put that on the stove now on a medium-high heat, and that will sort of reduce to heat to low, simmer uncovered for 5 minutes. So let's do that. So it's a 1 cup of vinegar, which I've spilt, a teaspoon of caster sugar and a teaspoon of salt. So I've got these are really handy. So teaspoon of salt. It does say caster sugar, but I don't have caster sugar, so I'm just using what I've got today. So I'm just using a white sugar in there. Then I'm going to put that on the stove now on a medium heat. I'm going to now cut up my red onions, which I'm not sure if I'm going to need all these. I'm just going to cut them into rings. I guess you could put it, I don't know, I think it has to be done into rings, I'm not quite sure, but that's what I'm going to do. They're just not the best onions in the world.
She got the glitter and the fame, and I just wasn't enough for you. I wish you could be happy, yeah, yeah. But I can't lie.
old Vegemite jar here. It's been sterilised, cleaned, all that sort of thing, but I am gonna sterilise it one more time. So it says here that, so it is supposed to be in a warm sterilised jar. So I'm gonna go and sterilise that now. So I've got this on the stove here, waiting to get that down to a medium heat for 5 minutes. This is what the apple cider vinegar looks like. You'll see little chunks and things in there, and that's like what they call the mother from the apple, and it's actually really, really good for you. So I'm really excited to make this recipe with the apple cider vinegar. As I was saying, I'm really excited to make this recipe with the apple cider vinegar because we do put it with water and drink it, and avocado and things like that. It's really, really good for you. I've looked at numerous recipes for the pickled onions, and there's so many different types, but I just found the easiest one. And usually I have heaps of mustard seeds, but I just don't have any. And I really would have loved mustard seeds in this, but hopefully it turns out good. I'll store it in the fridge for the next few days. I'm not sure how long it lasts, probably about a week, I'm not quite sure, but we'll eat all that with salads and things anyway. So it's really handy to have in the fridge whenever you need it. Okay, so I've got to bring it to the boil and then reduce heat to a low simmer uncovered for 5 minutes. So I've cut up my onion, I've sterilised my jar again so it's nice and warm for the onions. So what you're supposed to do is just put half in, pour some vinegar in, and just do it that way. So we're just going to do this, put some in there, like that. Hopefully I've got enough of everything. Vinegar? I probably don't know. I feel like I need to boil more vinegar. But I think that's going to be fine. Probably my onion might be a little bit bigger than the ones that they requested in the recipe. So that's what I've got in there. That's 2 onions. It was just enough of everything. I'm going to seal the jar now and set it aside to cool. And then it says in there that refrigerate overnight, and once opened you can use within 2 weeks. While I've set that aside, I'm going to chop up some onions, and I'm going to use my chopper from Amazon to chop up some red onions and freeze them. And I've got some brown ones there I want to do as well. So let's get to it.
You don't care what's real no more. No, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can afford. This is goodbye, bye, bye.
Okay, so I've literally had to put glasses on. I've had to put glasses on because they were so bad. I just started crying with how strong they were. So I had to wear glasses while I was peeling them. I had to throw out a few too, which is a real waste when you're paying $3 a kilo for red onions. So I'm not very happy about that because they were like soft, but these ones are okay. So I'm just going to put them in my chopper now. I'm going to do a bag of each, a bag of brown and a bag of red. Just sometimes you don't feel like, you know, the red or the brown, at least you can have a choice. My hands are completely stained, so that's why they're purple. Just takes a little while to get used to using this again. You really have to, you've got to chop things in half a little bit for it to work. And then you've got to come down hard on it. Especially with onions, because sometimes it leaves the skin behind. So I'm just gonna, basically I'm just chopping them in half like that and then putting them in, because if you put a whole one in there, it'll get stuck and it's impossible to get it out sometimes, out of the blade. So I'm just gonna chop them in half. Sometimes I don't really use this, so I just got it out last night and I thought, I don't know why I don't use this often enough, because it's just so easy. Okay, so Basically, that is exactly the size that I want the onions at, like that. And I've got these reusable bags from Kmart. I haven't used them for a while, but they're really good, the reusable ones. I'm gonna fill up a bag of these, and then I'll do a bag of brown onions. I might even need 2 bags of this for the onions. Well, I think a whole bag will work. Okay. Here I go, crying again. Oh, it's so strong. So strong. Just gonna get all the air out of it. Clip them up. Like so. And we've got a bag of our red onions to freeze. Okay, that was the worst. My eyes are just like, oh, they're so red and sore. Plus I've got makeup on, which has not helped. So I've got the brown onions here. I didn't get as many because there was half a bag there that I was going to be using. So not as many as the red. But yeah, it's good to use them up anyway. My pickled onions are doing well over here. Got them in the jar to cool down. And yeah, let's put these in and chop them. Try and get a view of me doing it. Yeah, you can't put a whole onion in like that because it just won't work. It'll get stuck, like I said, and it's just impossible to get out grooves. Chop them, and that's perfect size. This is the same sort of chopping size that they give you in the frozen onions, so I really like that one. I do have a smaller one, like a smaller chopper, but that one's better. I like that size. These bags fit more than I thought in them. Okay. Well, I'm glad the onions are done today, that's for sure. And these are good, these reusable bags. I'd probably just keep these ones for onions or something like that because the whole bag will smell like onions. So I've got my red onions and I've got my brown onions. And it's actually quite good, even though it's caused me so much grief with my eyes this morning. It is good to just get it all done at once and chop them up with the chopper. It took me no time at all. So a great little staple for the freezer. Okay, now I've come back to do some veggie prep. I've got some fresh Brussels sprouts, which I'm going to put on a tray bake with some capsicum. Now, obviously the capsicum is going to cook first, so I'm going to end up removing the capsicum once it's cooked and then keep on cooking the Brussels sprouts. And I've got plenty of sweet potatoes here and carrots, so I want to put that on a tray as well to cook. I'm going to keep the skins on the sweet potatoes because it's just better that way. And I'm going to try to use my chopper with the sweet potatoes. It should work pretty well. So let's chop up all the sweet potatoes and carrots first. Put them in a bowl with some olive oil. I did go to a health food shop the other day and I got heaps of onion powder and garlic powder as well. So this worked out a lot cheaper buying it this way. I do have to downsize it, but so I'm going to sprinkle some of that onto the veggies as well.
I see your stories and I can't believe all the people you meet. Think you belong with everybody else, but you belong with me. And there's nothing I can do.
To be honest, I think that's just going to be a bit too small. I'm going to chop them up by hand because I just feel like they're just not going to work that way.
You don't see straight when it comes to her. No, she's gonna eat you up whole and spit you out and then you'll be free. Every piece. I wish you could be happy, yeah, yeah. But I can't lie. LA made you crazy, yeah, yeah.
capsicums up until later, till these are like nearly cooked. So I'm just gonna cook these first because these are gonna take a while to cook for sure. So we're just gonna cook the Brussels sprouts first, and then I'll put some capsicums on later on. Otherwise, it'll just be, they'll cook in like 15 minutes, the capsicums, and these will be left raw. So I'm gonna do it that way. And sprinkle just some olive oil. I don't want garlic powder on these, just some olive oil. So I'm just gonna put just a bit of olive oil on there, like that. I don't want to mix them up too much because the little leaves will come off. So that's it, and they're gonna go into the oven. Okay, so the sweet potatoes are done, and I'm going to put them into like little containers in here for the meantime. They're cooled down a little bit. I've taken the Brussels sprouts out now, and they're actually really crispy and yummy, so they'll go into into this part here as well. So the pickled onions have been out cooling down for over an hour now, and they're going to go into the fridge now, and I'm going to leave them. I'm not going to probably try them at least until the weekend. So excited to see how they turn out. Okay, the capsicum is all done now, so I'm going to pop that into... Okay, so the capsicum's all done now, and I'm going to put that into the box. I'll probably have a little bit left to put into another container, but that's okay. So this just makes a really nice sort of combination of veggies for the family. I mean, the kids hate Brussels sprouts, but they might even like them after they've tasted this. We'll see. So that all fitted in well, so that's good. I was a little bit concerned that wasn't going to fit in there, but that's looking good. So there's my veggie boxes for the freezer. I pop them in, take out one for the family, and that should be pretty good. I'll take out two for the family, depends, you know, depends on who wants some that night. So I'm going to pop the lids on these now and let them cool down a little bit, and then they're going to be going straight into the freezer to add to my meal collection. So I've got a roast in here that I'm cooking for dinner tonight, but this could be used as a freezer meal as well. I've got a beef, onion and red wine beef eye roast, and I've just popped it into the slow cooker. It's already been on for a few hours now, but I've put the beef roast in there, and we've put 500 ml of vegetable stock in there. You just put a little bit of water at the bottom of it, but we've just used vegetable stock because I had it in the cupboard. Usually I would just use water. And I've got sweet potatoes, carrots, onion, potatoes, and I've just popped some green beans in there now for the rest of the afternoon. This will stay on probably till 4:30, 5, so it will be on all day, and I've put it on a low heat. So pretty much any vegetable I can find's gone into there. It's a small roast, but I'm going to take some over to my mum as well, so I've got lots of veggies in there as well. And it's a really nice roast. Usually I get a really big piece for about $25, but this is just a very small piece, but it's yummy. And yeah, it's really great when you can just put it into the slow cooker. I got the slow cooker from Kmart, and I'm so happy with it. It is super hot. Like, it cooks so quick, the veggies are quick. And as you can see, I've just got it on low heat, because if I put it on high, it would have probably been nearly cooked by now. And it's also got a warm setting too, which I really like. But yeah, but these are really great. You could just slice that up, put it into a container with some veggies and put it in the freezer as well. And if I would have had a lot more, that's what I would have done. But yeah, make really good freezer meals, or even just for the next day, for lunch or anything like that. So you can just whack it in, not worry about it, and dinner's cooked for when the kids get home from school.